Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. My name is Tara with Santa Rosa Animal Services. We've got some wonderful pets for you to meet this week, so please stay tuned and meet everyone. We've got some wonderful cats as well. We'd like to start off with Friday. This little guy is super sweet, and he says TGIF for you meeting Friday today, because he's a great little guy. He's about 2 years old. He's a Chihuahua. Little standard size guy, not the teeny one, so you don't have to worry so much about them being underfoot. He's very sweet. He gets along well with other dogs. He is heartworm negative. He does need to be neutered. He's a little nervous, as you can tell. He's a little shaky, but that's because he's never been on camera before. So if you're interested in meeting this cute little guy, please come see him. He's super sweet, and he would make a great addition to any family. Next up we have Max. Max is a very handsome border collie. As you can tell, he's a border collie mix, but mostly border collie. He's definitely got the high energy of a border collie. He's about 1 year old, so pretty much he's still a puppy. He's very sweet. He's already neutered, heartworm negative, a great dog. We do want to stress that he's going to need to go to a family that has lots of energy, because this boy is all about playing and he loves chasing balls. He loves running in the yard. He's got a really good temperament, but he is very high strung and he's strong, so we want to make sure you're aware of that. Do your research. Border collies are, they like to go. They're good at agility, good at things like that. But this guy would make a good family pet, as long as you are aware that he does need lots of activities. So if you have kids that want to run around in the yard all the time, and then you want, a nice dog that's going to be a good family pet, he would be the guy for you. Again, his name is Max. He's a border collie, about 1 year old, neutered, heartworm negative, just looking for a good home. So come see him. And our next friend today is Winston. Winston, we think, is a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix. He's about 1 year old, so young male. He's not neutered. He's going to need to be neutered before leaving the shelter. He is heartworm negative. He gets along with other dogs well. This type of dog is generally a little on the high energy side, but he does love to cuddle as well. So he's a little scared, but he's not snippy at all. He's real sweet. He just needs a little self-confidence, but he's super cute and super friendly. Oh, hey buddy. And as you can tell, he loves to give kisses. So if you want to meet a nice little friend, he's just the perfect size to take for walks or sit in your lap while you're watching TV. Again, his name is Winston, and he is ready for a loving home. And next up we have Gemma. This beautiful girl is a black-coated retriever mix. She's about 3 or 4 years old. She's already spayed. She's heartworm negative. She is house trained. She's good around other dogs, good around cats as well. She came from a home from a military family, and unfortunately the person was deployed and there was no family to take the dog. So Gemma and Gemma's friend came to the shelter, and we're hoping to find them a new home. We would love for them to go together, but it isn't required. We just want them to find a loving home. Again, Gemma is awesome. She likes everybody. She's friendly with dogs, friendly with cats. So if you have a multi-pet household, she would just fit right in. She's a really nice girl. She walks well on a leash. She is a little, I'd say she's mellow. She's not too hyper. She likes to get exercise, but she probably could stand to lose a couple pounds, as some of us can. But she's a really nice girl, as you can tell, super loving and sweet, and she would just make a fabulous family pet. She's missing just one little spot of hair right here, and that's where she got into some tar, and we just shaved that off to clear it back up, so there's no issues with her there. Just super sweet. She's very respectful and gentle, and she actually walks great on a leash, so even maybe a senior that has a little trouble with a strong dog, but you like a bigger dog, Gemma would be fantastic. So please come and visit Gemma. She is a gem here at the shelter. We'd like you to meet her. Next up we have Scrappy. He kind of lives up to his name. He's a scrappy little guy. He's actually waiting to go get his hair groomed, so hopefully by the time you see him, he'll have a new hairdo. He is a terrier mix, and he's super cute. If you just saw Gemma, this is his or her buddy. This is Scrappy, 5-year-old neutered male. Owner was deployed, and unfortunately Scrappy ended up here. He does fine with other dogs. He is a sweet little guy, and owner said he was house trained, so that's a plus. All he needs is somebody to love him. If you're interested in he and Gemma together, that's awesome. But if you're not, we will separate them as long as they find a loving, fantastic home. So please come and meet Mr. Scrappy. Again, he's already neutered, so he could potentially go right home with you that same day and just go right home to you and jump up on the couch and be your buddy right away. So if you'd like to meet him, come on down and see him. His name is Scrappy. Next up we have Daisy. Daisy is a 4-year-old Australian cattle dog mix. She is primarily cattle dog from what we can tell. She definitely has the temperament. She's an active dog, very intelligent, super sweet. She is already spayed. Again, she's about 4 years old. We don't know if she's house trained or not, but if she's not, I would assume it'd be super easy to do so because they are highly intelligent dogs. No cats for Daisy. She seems to have a bit of a prey drive, so we would recommend no cats. Other dogs, it depends on the dog. She has had issue with other dogs. Some dogs she's been fine with. So I think it's just kind of like, you know, if you're a person, you meet someone, sometimes you don't get along with them, sometimes other people you love. And it's probably the same with Daisy. She's just particular about who she likes. She's kind of a dominant personality dog. So if you have a pet and you're interested, we suggest that you bring the animal in to make sure it's a good match. Other than that, Daisy walks well on a leash. She's very obedient. She's super smart. I think she would do good for somebody who wants to be active, even maybe a senior who likes to be active and go for walks, but you want a dog that's going to sit with you in the house and be pretty calm and not destroying things in the house. I have a feeling that she's going to be a great house dog as well as being active too, so that's a good match. She's very sweet, again, very intelligent, and she's been at the shelter a little while now, so we're hoping to get her a good home. So if you're interested in meeting Miss Daisy, you could be her best buddy and take her for rides and take her for walks, and she'll pay you back in lots of love. So please come see her. Next up, we have Janie. Janie is a beautiful little girl. She was actually found as a stray. She had a collar with a long rope attached. We don't know if someone was taking her for a walk or if she was tied up somewhere. Hopefully not, but however it happened, she ended up here at the shelter. She's a really nice girl. She was very, very scared at first, and we just worked with her a little bit, and she's very, very sweet and gentle and kind, and she just needed, you know, to be reassured that she wasn't going to be hurt. She's super sweet, as you can tell. I think she'd make a great pet. She's probably about 4. She's probably not spayed, so you would have to get her spayed. So her adoption fee is going to be $15 plus the cost of the spay and rabies. And you can use any vet in Santa Rosa County that you like. So that way, if you have a favorite vet or if you like to shop around, see who you feel would be the best vet, you're welcome to do so. She would stay at the shelter until her day of surgery, which generally can take, you know, 2 to 5 days, something like that. Just depends on your vet. And you can always, again, call around and see who can get her in the quickest. And then after that, you pick her up from the vet. She goes home with you. And spaying is, you know, the thing to do. Besides it being the law, it's going to make your pet a healthier pet. As our pets age, they can be susceptible to many types of cancer. If they're spayed and neutered, that just knocks out a lot of those problems that you're going to have with those possibilities. So it makes them a healthier pet, and that's what we all want for our pets, to live a nice long life with us. So again, Janie, she's kind of new to the shelter, so she's a little nervous still, but she's just very, very sweet and kind, and I think she would just make a wonderful pet for someone. Even if maybe somebody's interested in possibly having a therapy dog down the road, she's a little shy, but she's coming along with that. But she's very calm and very impressed with the way she walks on leash, and she's very kind when she greets people. So if you're interested in meeting Janie, I think she could brighten up someone's life. Please come see her. Next up, we have Holly. Holly is a 7-year-old rat terrier. She's a great little senior girl. We think she'd make a fabulous pet for somebody. She loves her belly rubbed, and she loves to give kisses, and she's a little squirmy right now because she's trying to turn around, but we want you to be able to see her cute little face. She's a great little girl. She walks well on a leash. She loves laying in her bed, and she loves giving kisses, as you can tell. So if you'd like to meet Holly, she's at the shelter now, and she needs someone to love her, so please come and see her. Next up, we have Honey. Honey is a 3-year-old Catahoula mix. She is already spayed. She's heartworm negative. She's a great little girl. I believe she was an indoor-outdoor dog at her previous home. Unfortunately, she does not do well with livestock, such as chicken and roosters and that sort of thing. So we need to make sure she goes to a home that does not have any chickens or roosters, unless you're feeding her chicken in her bowl, but that's about it. She's a really great girl. She's an energetic girl. She likes to run and play, but I think she kind of likes to chill as well. So you know, if she had a nice fenced-in yard to run and play with, or play in, and then maybe come in and, you know, sit by the fire with you in the wintertime, that'd be awesome for her. She's, again, super sweet girl. She loves to play in the water hose. That's one of her favorite things, and she does like to fetch, and she's just a sweet girl. We just want to make sure she goes to the right home because we don't want to set her up for failure. So if you have livestock or birds, that's not a good match. But if you have another dog, Honey does like other dogs. Again, we always encourage you to bring in your pet because we want to make sure that it's a good match for everyone, for your dog, for you, and for Honey as well. So please come see Honey. Again, she's already spayed. She's ready to go. All she needs is the perfect home. Next up, we have Jazzy. Jazzy is a special girl. She's a Jack Russell Terrier type dog, and she's about 6 years old or so. She says, no, I'm only 5, but she's a super sweet girl. We would probably suggest adults only for this girl, only because she's kind of a diva and she likes things her particular way. So she loves to lay on beds. If you try to take her bed in the morning when we're cleaning, she doesn't like that. She will roll over and not get off the bed. She loves belly rubs, so if she does get away from you and you're outside or something, she'll just roll over and let you rub her belly. And then you just swoop her up and rub her belly and she's good. She loves belly rubs. She does guard her food a little bit, so we worked with her on that, and she's doing better on that. She's very sweet, nice little girl, but again, since she's a little bit older, and I think she's very set in her ways, we would probably suggest, teenagers would be fine, but no small children with Miss Jazzy. Jazzy is just a perfect lap dog. She just wants to hang out and she wants to be pampered and treated like a princess. So if that's the kind of dog that you want, then this is the girl for you. Her looks are a little deceiving because she is small, but she's pretty stout too, so she's a little bit heavier than she looks, which is kind of on a good note. Like, she's not as fragile. Like, if you accidentally brushed against her, you're not going to hurt her, whereas if she were 5 pounds. So she's a little sturdier, but she's still small and still considers herself a princess dog and a lap dog. So if you'd like to meet this little girl, she's looking for the perfect home that's going to pamper her. If you think that you can meet her expectations, please come meet her at the shelter. Her name is Jazzy. Our next dog today is Sadie. Sadie is a real sweet little girl. She was unfortunately owner surrendered. She likes to chase the chickens, so we want to make sure she goes to a home with no chickens or roosters, probably no birds as well. So you want to make sure if you have a home with just other dogs, she will be fantastic for that. She's very scared of people, and it takes her a little while to warm up to someone, but she loves other dogs. The first time that we introduced her to a friend, because she was in her kennel and she was very scared, we brought her a friend and she just lit up. So I would definitely recommend that she go to a home with another dog. She seems to really thrive and enjoy having a companion. Maybe your dog is a little older and maybe you had a pet that passed away and you're looking for a companion for your dog. She would be fantastic for that. She just adores being with another dog. And she's okay with people too. She's very sweet and loving, as you can tell. She just takes a little while to warm up because she's a little scared, but she's a nice little girl. She has been spayed. She's heartworm negative, so her adoption fee is only going to be $30, and that's awesome. Everything is done except for the rabies shot, and then you get her on heartworm preventative once you get her home. So you're all set. All she needs is a family to love her, and again, we encourage her to go to a home with another dog because it seems to really make her a happy girl. So please come see her. Her name is Sadie. Next up, we have a really sweet little girl too. This is Miss Holly, and she is just a doll. We do have 2 Hollies, but when a dog comes in, we don't like to change their name, and so this is how we ended up with 2 girls named Holly. This little girl is a Chihuahua mix, and she's just adorable, as you can tell. She's little, she's sweet, she's very timid, but once she likes you, again, she's very comfortable and she will cuddle and snuggle with you. She definitely likes other dogs. In fact, the last dog you met and her are roomies, and they are best buddies. So again, if you have another dog that's a small size dog, she would really love to be in a home with another dog. It seems to make her feel less scared. She's very sweet. She's recently been spayed and she is heartworm negative, so her adoption fee is only $30, which is awesome. You just can't beat that. To get an animal that's going to love you forever and give you hugs and kisses and always be happy to see you, that will be the best $30 you probably ever spend in your life. So if you want to meet Miss Holly or her friend, you guys can just come to the shelter. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 till 4 for adoptions, and we are open Saturdays, 9 till 2 for adoptions. You can also go to our website, santarosa.fl.gov, go to the Animal Services page, and see what we have for adoption. And our next dog we have is Kiwi. Kiwi is a beautiful girl. We're not quite sure what breed she is. Judging by some of her features, we think she has some Catahoula in her, but she almost looks like she could be mixed with a little Great Dane in there. She's a pretty big sized girl. So we're not quite sure. You can kind of call her whatever you want if you adopt her, and that's a good thing. Come here, Kiwi. She is strong on a leash. She's very sweet though. She's an active girl. Come here, girl. She does love to play in the hose when we wash the kennels out. She loves playing in the water hose, so we have noticed that about her. So she's probably a good water dog. She's a nice girl, just probably needs some training. I don't know that she's had any obedience training or anything. So, it'd always be good if you adopt a dog. It's a good thing to take a class with them. Come here, girl. And let them get to know you so they know their commands. It keeps them safer if you're walking them and you need them to sit for something, if a car jumps out, and they know how to heel, things like that. But she's a really nice girl. She is going to need to be spayed before leaving the shelter, but she's super sweet, about 3 years old, heartworm negative, and she needs a loving home. Again, her name is Kiwi. Hey everybody, if you've been to the shelter before, you may know Newton. This is our shelter cat. He's been here for many a year now. So he reminded me that we should talk about upcoming holidays and what it means to your pet. So next coming up, we do have Halloween, and Halloween is fun. There's lots of activities going on, but we want to stress the importance of keeping your pets safe. So we do recommend you keep your animals safely indoors during Halloween, particularly if you have cats of a black or orange coloring, just to be on the safe side. You hear things may happen to cats. There may be some people doing crazy activities, and that may or may not be the case, but better safe than sorry. So put all those animals inside, and also your dogs as well, because people are going to be out in costume. They're going to be looking scary, and it could scare your dogs. Some rambunctious teenagers could open some gates or something. You never know what kind of ruckus could happen on Halloween. So to be on the safe side, bring your animals in, and again, don't give them candy. If you want to give them a treat, give them a special dog treat, but don't give them human candy. That could get them into trouble. Particularly, chocolate is toxic to animals, so we don't want to do that. So just remember, bring them inside, keep them safe, and no human candy for the pets. We would like to send a plea out to our rescue friends out in the community. This is Bullet. He is a wonderful boy, and he's actually been on legal hold here at the shelter for over a year. And now, if you can imagine being stuck at the shelter for over a year, most dogs just would go nuts. But this boy is just as sweet as he's always been. Just a little on the hyper side, but you would be too if you were cooped up for a year. With Bullet's time here at the shelter, we've gotten to know him a good bit. We can tell that he's an active dog. He would love a nice fenced-in yard. He's heartworm negative. He has been neutered. He seems to do okay with other dogs, but we obviously always recommend that being checked out. That's why we have a plea out right now to our community. If you're with a rescue group, this boy has been here for over a year, and we desperately need to find a rescue to pull this guy. He's heartworm negative. He's neutered. He's ready to go. He's got a great personality, no food issues. He just needs a new shot at life. He's been here over a year, and that is crazy. And for him not to have gone nuts in that kennel by now just shows what a wonderful boy he is. So if you're with a rescue group and you're interested in helping Bullet out, please contact us. Also, if you are a citizen and you're interested in adopting him, you can call me directly at the shelter. Again, my name is Tara, or you can get in touch with a rescue group and have them contact us, because it is possible that you could go through the rescue to adopt him directly through them. We will have to use a rescue group for this boy due to his breed, but we have no issues with sending him to a approved rescue. So if you're a rescue group, or if you know of a rescue group that can help us, please send them our way, because we really want to get this guy a second chance at life, because he definitely deserves it. We didn't forget our feline lovers out there. We have lots of cats and kittens that are looking for loving homes. So we want to start off by let you meeting Clark. Is he not the most adorable little guy you've ever seen? He's probably about 4 or 5 months old. He's a beautiful cat, and he's so friendly and sweet, and he just purrs all the time. That kinetic energy is good for you. You're going to sit here and you're petting him. It's going to lower that blood pressure. So if you have health issues, get a pet. It's going to be one of the best things you can do for yourself. And he is just full of adventure, and he's so super cute. And he's active, but he's not super rambunctious like some kittens can be. So he's more of a mellow kitty, but oh, he's so cute and sweet. Just want to take him home. So if you're interested in meeting him, again, the cats are $15 for if they're not spayed or neutered, and then you would be required to do that. If they're already spayed or neutered, it's $30. So same fees across the board for dogs or cats. So it's a little easier to remember. And this little guy just needs a loving home. We do test our cats. We do a triple test. We test them for FIV, feline heartworm, and feline leukemia. So if you get a cat, they have been tested, so that's going to assure you that they're more of a healthy cat. We want to make sure we send you with a happy, healthy pet so that you have no problems. And Clark is looking for a wonderful home, so please come see him. Next up we have Casanova, and this fella lives up to his name. He is a lover boy, super sweet, always giving kisses and hugs to everybody. He's always purring. He's always got to be just right up in your face, just rubbing and on your face. I want you to pet him and love him. He's just a mess. Super sweet. He's about 6 or 7 months. He's not neutered, so he is going to need to be neutered, and obviously that's going to make him a healthier pet, and it's the law. And again, he's not going to want to spray your house. He's not going to try to get out and chase the lady cats down the road if he's neutered. So it's better all around for everyone. And he is super handsome, as you can tell. Super sweet. Just got a great little face. And again, he's a pretty mellow cat too for his age. I mean, he's not even a year old and he's pretty chill as well. He is a more in-your-face lover boy type cat. So if you want a cat that's just going to cuddle with you every day, this is the guy. Come see him. His name is Casanova and he's looking for a loving home. Next up we have Zuzu. This little gal is about 3.5 to 4 months old. She is not spayed, so she's going to need to be spayed before leaving the shelter. The great thing about her, since she's such a her age allows her to go home the same day as long as you pass your application and you do your prepaid the vet, a $15 fee here, and she can go straight home with you potentially the same day. She's super sweet, very loving. Again, we've got wonderful cats here right now that just want to love you. So if you need a friend, Zuzu can be your friend. She'll be your buddy. If you're interested in this girl, please come see her. And she does like other cats as well, so if you have another cat at home, no worries, she gets along fine with them. Next up, we have a cat named Cat, but it's a cat with a K, so it's a little different. This girl is probably about 6 months old. She's a black and white, beautiful domestic short hair. She's got some really neat markings on the back of her head. It's kind of unusual looking, almost like she got into some paint or something. Nice, pretty little swirl. But she's super sweet. She gets along with cats as well. They can be cats with a C, and that's okay with her. She's a nice little girl. She's very calm and quiet, and she's probably would be better suited in a quiet household. She just kind of likes to chill and check things out. So if you would like to meet this pretty girl, you can change her name, you can call her whatever you want, as long as you call her your cat. So please come and see her. She needs a good home. Our next cat is Fred, and Fred is a bit of a social butterfly. He's got to love on everybody and greet them, and he doesn't understand if you have your bubble and you need your space. He's like, what is that? I don't care about that. Just pet me and love me. He's a neutered male orange tabby cat. He is very sweet. He is just a doll, and we just want everybody to meet him. Fred has the greatest personality, as you can tell. He's such a lover boy, and we just want someone to adopt him and give him lots of attention because he's super sweet and he just wants to love on you. He's a neutered male. He's a big cat, and he's very vocal too. So if you want to meet Fred, he's available at the shelter. His adoption fee is only $30, and he's an awesome cat. So please come meet him. Next up, we have a handsome little orange kitten, and the kitten was named Marmalade, I guess, before he was surrendered, and they originally thought it was a girl, but it's a boy. But he's super sweet, and he just loves to be petted and loved on, and he purrs and purrs and purrs. As you can tell, he's just adorable. He loves to play. Adoption fee is $15, plus you cover the spay or neuter cost and rabies, and you can use any vet center in the county that you like, so you can call around. This little guy is just adorable, so we want him to get out of here and grow up in a home. So if you would like to meet this handsome guy and give him a proper name, please come see him at the shelter. Next up, we have an itty bitty girl, and she is so adorable, and her name is Muffy. Muffy is right at 9 weeks, and so she is ready to go to a loving home. She's still just a little baby, so we don't want her to stay here at the shelter. We want her to go home with someone. Super sweet, really good little girl, just learning how to get into everything. So this is a great age to get them if you have another cat, so they can kind of introduce themselves to each other, and the adult cat would feel like she's not as much of a threat, more of an annoyance if anything. So if you'd like to meet Muffy, she's looking for a loving, fabulous home, so come see her. Next we have Myrtle. Myrtle is a really sweet and adorable girl. We just have so many great cats right now, as you can tell. Adoptions for cats are really slow at our shelter, and so we just want to encourage people, if you're going to get a cat, please consider coming to the shelter. These guys have been tested. We've given them an initial vaccination. We can tell you a little bit about their temperament, so to speak, and sometimes we have more history if they were owners surrendered. But we can tell you, give you a general information about them and tell you what we've observed, and it gives you a little bit of idea of how they're going to be. And so, we love these guys here, but we simply take in so many animals and there are not enough homes. We just want to encourage people to adopt, don't shop. Make sure to check out your local shelters and rescue groups if you're considering getting a pet. So if you'd like to meet Myrtle, she is desperately looking to get out of this place, so please come and see her at the shelter. Next we have Princess. Princess is a beautiful little tortie cat, and I think she knows how pretty she is, so she's kind of a little snooty about it. But she's a very sweet girl. She's very kind and cuddly and just a nice little gal. She's probably about 3 months or so. Whoop. And we want to find her a loving home because we don't want her to grow up at the shelter. As you can tell, she's still a kitten, but we want her to grow up in a loving home. So if you'd like to meet this beautiful girl named Princess, please come see her at the shelter. She needs a loving home just like all our kitties here do. Our next girl, as you can tell, is a big girl who is very sweet. She's a spayed female. Unfortunately, the landlord said she had to go and she ended up at the shelter. She has been tested. She is negative. She's super, super sweet. She probably could stand to lose a little bit of pounds. Same as with humans, you know, a little bit may not be a bad deal, but you know, as your weight increases, it can cause problems when they're older. Same with pets as it is with humans. Check with your veterinarian because they always have the best plan as far as what to do for the health of your pet. As you can tell, she's a very sweet girl and just a nice gal. You want a big cuddle cat, this will be the girl for you. She's a super sweet girl. Again, already spayed, so she potentially could go home with you the same day if your application's approved, and her adoption fee is $30. So if you're interested in meeting this lovely lady, please come to the shelter. She's adoptable now. We wanted to give you some action shots here today so you can see kittens at their finest at playtime. We have Timmy and Tucker. Tucker is the black and white cat, and he is having a ball. So this is the reason why you want to get a scratching post at your house. They have that natural instinct to, you know, kind of run their claws on things, and in order to avoid it being your furniture, you want to get a nice scratching post. Now that other little wild thing that you see is Timmy. And Timmy's about 3 months old, and he is just a rambunctious. This is when you think of a rambunctious teenager. These guys are into everything, and it's just so much fun to watch. They are both available for adoption. Adoption fee is $15, and you must pay for spay or neuter for the kitties. In these cases, both they're both boys, so it's going to be a neuter and a rabies shot. And again, we encourage you to check around any vet in the county to see who you want to use. Be sure to mention that you're getting it from the shelter because many of our vets will give a shelter discount. If you see this big orange cat lurking around in the background here, this is Bing. Bing is a neutered male, and he is about 2 years old. He has been at the shelter for quite some time now, but we just wanted to kind of show this is what happens when they start out as young ones. They don't get adopted. Like Bing here, he's an adult at the shelter, and he's very patient with the kittens, but he's bored. He deserves to be in a home. So he's adorable, got a great personality, and he's a big old boy. So we're hoping the right person will see that and come and meet Bing. Because while we're on the subject of cats and kittens, we just wanted to go over some information brought to us by North Shore Animal League. Each day, over 70,000 puppies and kittens are born in the U.S. And because of overpopulation, more than 3.7 million animals are still being euthanized each year in shelters across the country. And you can help by spaying and neutering your animals. For example, 1 year, an unaltered cat produces 12 cats and kittens. Okay, by the year 2, they've produced, with their offspring, approximately 67. It goes on down. By year 4, over 2,000 cats or kittens from that one cat that was not spayed or neutered. By spaying and neutering just one male and one female cat, over 2,000 unwanted births can be prevented in just 4 years. So that's a huge number. Spay or neuter your pets. Adopt, don't shop. If you're looking for other ways to help, you can always donate your services to the shelter. You can donate your time. You can network. Spread a picture. If you see a picture of a wonderful cat or kitten or a dog or a puppy at the shelter, you can spread it on Facebook and say, hey, I saw this animal at the shelter, super cute. You can donate newspapers. You can donate puppy or kitten food, canned food, treats, toys, beds, blankets, towels. You can donate newspaper. There are lots of things you can do if you don't have time to come down. You can always give donations. You can also give monetary donations to our Partners for Pets program. That money stays right in the community, and it helps these pets right here at our shelter. It helps to get them vetted, or if they're injured, we can provide medical care for them. So it stays right here in the community, and it's awesome. And we want to thank the citizens that are already donating to that, and the people that are interested in doing so. You can go to our website and get more information at santarosa.fl.gov. We want to thank everyone for looking at our babies here at the shelter. And again, we're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 4, Saturdays, 9 till 2. Come on down to the shelter and see what we have available for adoption. And if you're interested in volunteering your time, anytime, come on down to the shelter, fill out an application. We'll put you through a brief orientation class so you can know a little bit about our shelter. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next month at Santa Rosa Animal Services.